Alright people, chapter 2. The strength in finding your own voice. Yo, let me say this. This chapter here, fuck me, she took me places.
Gooner on the sofa, proud of North London, gotta represent. And I'ma tell you one thing, watching games live always brings me closer. But I would rather watch at home on my sofa, yeah. Chance is the name, football is the game. Gooners all day, you know that it won't change. So stay tuned in, cause the party's never over. Get it hype, this is Gooner on the sofa. Gooner on the sofa, let's go.
What's up people, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.
In this one chapter here, she took me places. You know what I mean? Me and Alex got some vibes here, boy. Got some vibes here, boy. Crazy. Alright, so again, this is spoiler alert, so you lot should, if you haven't read the book and you want to, you should be coming off this right now. Excuse me, but so when she was little, her mum clocked on that she weren't talking well or talking right, however you want to put it, that she wasn't talking right. And the doctor said, stop comparing her, that she's fine, she's healthy, stop comparing her with her older brother and other children and all that. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Which is what they tell every parent. It don't matter if it's crawling, breastfeeding, talking, walking, you're gonna do it. You're gonna compare humans to humans because it is what it is. But at the end of the day, as I can't remember where I got this from, but it's famous. It's famously said somewhere. And when was the last time you saw a full functioning adult not be able to talk or walk? Like, the children will get it. Stop panicking. Like, you never seen an adult go to work, drag himself in. Oh yeah, I never got the hang of walking. You know what I'm saying? And never see someone walking in fine, going because it doesn't happen. By the time you're an adult, you done broke out of that. So easy in a biscuit. But there is, what's the word that I'm looking for? Not the minority. Is there a minority? There is the exception. And this is what people need to realize as well, is, yeah, you may not be the exception, but you might be, or your seed might be, or the person you're talking to might be. They might be the exception. You know what I'm saying? This girl here, Jesus Christ. Anyhow, so her mum clocked something was wrong. She wasn't caring what the doctors were saying. Something's wrong. So 2 they found out there was something wrong. She had like an inner ear thing and then something in her nose. So like she wasn't hearing correctly and all them things there. So if your hearing ain't right, you could only go off what you actually hear. That's why like someone who's deaf, you hear them and it sounds weird, but they're going off the sounds that they hear. And then that's why once they start hearing sounds, you see their face. You know, like the first time someone deaf hears a sound and they're like, what the f, get me? You can see it, they're like, what the fuck? Or the first time maybe someone gets sight back, you can see the blessing in their face. You understand me? So they started taking her to therapy now. Yeah, started taking her to therapy, and I had a family member do the same thing. Get me? Someone younger than me. I was like, oh my god, I didn't know that this was a thing. You know what I'm saying? Didn't know it's a thing. And I think she said that she suffered with what's it called? Begins with D, dyslexia. Right? And I always thought to myself, the way that people describe dyslexia is like, the words are jumbling up in the page and da. I've never had that. So I always just thought, I just didn't study properly and I just didn't, you know what I mean, take heed. And I just, because normally if I sit down and try and learn something, it normally sticks. You get me? It normally sticks. It's just when it's with the hustle and bustle of stuff, sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. But anyhow, that aside, right? So she did all that, did her speech therapy thing, because she was saying words like ma and da, but it wasn't ma and da. You know how it go. You know what I'm saying? You know how it go. So whatever. She started doing that. I hate saying whatever, by the way, because it feels like I'm just brushing off what just explained. So anyhow, she does all those courses, like therapy, speech therapy and everything. You know what I'm saying? Mum working late, so Gran had to take her. So she wasn't going to school. She had to go school a year late because she was dealing with all the therapy stuff. You know what I'm saying? To get herself back into the game. You know what I mean? So she had to deal with that as a young person. Yeah, she had to deal with that. Then, Jesus Christ, the story kicks into her. She brings her dad in, right? And I know of a little bit of what I've heard, you know what I'm saying? Not even what I've heard, the odd caption and shit like that. And as a father myself, I don't like bad things being said on fathers because it's just too easy. It seems to be the go-to thing for most single women and then their children. They just, bam, go with it straight away. And it won't, and even boys, younger boys, teens, and when they grow up, too much listening to your mother's feelings, not what happened. Her feelings about what happened can get into your mind and fuck up your mindset against your father or against fathers, period. I had it, but there'd always be a line because my mother will still always have a line. Her relationship with my father was so weird. It's like they could argue, right? They could shout at each other, cuss each other, do what they gotta do. If you get into that argument, they will both turn on you. So it's best to leave them both alone and let them do their thing. You see what I'm saying? It's one of them ones. So I've always had the mindset of my father, I know who my dad is. You get me? I could call him at any time if I needed him. You know what I'm saying? But there's no flow. You get me? There's no flow. So I leave him to do what he's got to do and you leave me to do what I do. Don't holler at me. Don't say fuck. And we good. You know what I'm saying? Don't randomly show up. We good. You know what I mean? If anyone say anything against my dad, I'ma back him. You know what I'm saying? But me and his relationship is our relationship. That's how we roll. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't get in up. Because it'll probably be like my mother and him. You know what I'm saying? Me and him could have a thing. But if you're going to start calling him, you went around, you was what? You're going to get my back up. No, you don't talk about him. He's mine. I talk about him. You understand me? He ain't do nothing to you. Fix your face before we thump you up. You underdig me? It's one of them ones. But Alex with her dad now. Okay, so her situation was this. Her mum got abused. Yeah? Verbally, physically, she got abused. And baby girl witnessed it. And you know what? As I'm reading this, that Ike Turner, Tina Turner feel like getting dragged back down the hallway. And then you don't know what going for your mum until you wake up. Because if you get out of that bedroom to try and find out, you might catch a beating. It's one of them ones. She laid it out like her dad had a drinking problem. I don't even know if you want to call it being an alcoholic. Is having a drinking problem straight alcoholism? Are you saying the word right? Is it that? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Someone who has a little problem compared to someone who must drink. I don't know. That they might come under the same category. I don't know. But it seemed that back in the day, you know what I'm saying, anyone born in the 80s, especially the early 80s, pardon me, you got sent shop to go get drink, go get cigarettes, go get anything, get me a little note, and you were off. You come back, you know what I'm saying, if there was change, you could get some sweets or something. It was no thing but a chicken wing on the string. I can see it now. Get me? I can see it now, getting sent to the shop for cigarettes and stuff. It ain't no thing. Trust me, it ain't no thing. I know it is not for you people, but trust me, it ain't no thing. But she was saying it as it was dad's usual to go get, like, I'm just gonna throw words out there. I think Foster's was one. I think Super Brew was one. You know what I'm saying? She didn't mention this name, but you know, like Tenants and them there, them drink there, high alcohol. But she was saying her dad was great. When he weren't drunk, he was a great dad. You know what I mean? She was a daddy's girl. Her mum told her she can briefly remember always saying daddy, and she's seen past videos of her going, daddy, look at this, daddy, look at that. So she was a daddy's girl when she was little. Now, when daddy has a little 2-2 drink, daddy changes. You know what I'm saying? Mood change, face change, attitude change, everything change. You know what I'm saying? And I would say that would be someone with a problem. If it changes you for the worst, it's not even like you drinking and you start laughing and busting joke with everyone. Because then, where the damage there is only inside of you. And then at the same time, the damage there could, you get too handsy in it. You know what I'm saying? you don't mean nothing, but you get too handsy, and then too handsy can get taken into whole different type of departments in a situation you don't know where it could lead to. You know what I mean? But mum got hurt, they got hurt. They used to play outside. Her and her brother used to play outside on the block, and they weren't allowed to come off the patch of grass. Yeah, even if the ball left, you have to wait until someone dash it back. Everyone knows them. Now, everyone had them rules there. You know what I'm saying? They depended on where you lived and how the area was built. It was, don't come off the block, don't come off the road, don't cross the road. You know what I'm saying? Don't go no further than the end of the road and all that thing. And as a child, you know what you do. You push it to the limits. You listen. You just stick to the rules, and you're thinking to yourself, hold on a minute. If I didn't stick to the rule, you wouldn't even have found out, because it would have been like that. And you do stuff like, all right, it starts off small. First you go and get the ball. Yeah, the ball goes across the road. You ain't getting that. You're gonna wait, and then quickly run, get the ball, come back, and carry on with the game. And then ain't no one said nothing. Day ends, mum ain't see, dad no one saw. You're good, right? You get me? And then next time you push it a little further, and then you push it a little further. That's how life go. And then until you get caught, and then you get in trouble, and then you might have to bring it back, or whatever it is, you keep it at that length, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But on her time with her brother, the brother quickly looked at the window where they knew dad would be looking at. Yeah, we good. Ran over, got it, came back. And I'm sure in the story they played for a while. And then all they heard was, Ronnie, Alex, get up here now. Right? Heads dropped, they knew they were in shit. Right? They knew they were in shit. And the punishment, Jesus Christ, the punishment sounds like a punishment I give when I'm wilding, is everything goes. Yeah, they lived in a tower block, so if you remember it being in tower blocks, you didn't have to always go all the way downstairs to go and throw your rubbish. They used to have a chute. You get me? You pull it out and you just dash it down, and it'll go all the way down into the bin, right? Which is crazy, because I've never actually lived in a tower block, but I know it. You know what I'm saying? I've been around many a tower block. But so they literally had to go pick up their toys, all the toys that they had, and go and dash them down the thing. Now, when I say that's one of mine, it's one of my frets. Yeah, it's one of my frets. I get it from my mother. It's one of my frets. Smash up all the thing. My mum used to always say, I'm smash up all the, like, the computer, Super Nintendo and all them thing there. I'll smash it up. Not take it away, smash it up. You understand me? And now, if I'm wilding, oh shit, my eye hurts. If I'm wilding and my children have pissed me off, I say that. But I don't say do I say I'm gonna smash it? It's either I'm gonna smash it or I'm gonna take it, and it's mine. And it's mine. Don't even look on it. You understand me? But their one was too extreme. He made them throw it for real, right? And then Alex being the beautiful little, you know when you got a daughter, I can picture my baby girl now. You get me? She was like, it's not everything. So she forgot something, right? She forgot her skateboard, which she loved. She loved it. Her legs are all bent up, tore up, because she kept falling off it, but she loved it nevertheless. Go get the skateboard, yo. That's what Daddy said. Go get the skateboard. Went and got it, dashed it, right? And now, as a grown adult, she has one in her house. Why does she have one in her house? Because a former partner, I don't know if it's a partner now or it better not be now. If it's a former partner, she must have told the story, and they bought her one to be like, there you go, like, you get me? There's a piece of your childhood back, there you go. She keeps it. She doesn't know why she keeps it, but she kind of keeps it because of it's now in her control whether to dash this or keep it or whatever. But at the same time, it is the bad side of it is it reminds her of that story. You know what I'm saying? What else did she say in this? There's more, but it's more like more stories about her dad. You know what I'm saying? More stories about her dad and discipline. Oh yeah, going out to eat wasn't a treat. It was more plain happy families. You dig me? Oh my God, this made my heart hurt, because what she said was, and I find it odd, because she said when they go out, her and her brother Ronnie to sit down, behave themselves, not make no noise, don't say nothing, be quiet. And then other adults will come across and be like, oh my God, your children are so well behaved. Now Alex now goes and says in the book, not in the restaurant. She now says, yeah, it looked like we were well behaved and everything, but we were sitting there in fear. Technically, that is what well behaved is. You're well behaved because of fear of what's going to happen if you're not well behaved. You get me? Fear is fear. Fear is fear. Not the fear she's talking about. Fear is fear. Yeah. She was actually scared. So sitting there behaving yourself looks like you're just behaving yourself. When you're scared, is a difference. And the whole time she's there thinking, well, the whole time she's there scared, she's thinking, how is this gonna play out now? Like, she's thinking of all the scenarios, how this evening could wrap up, how it could get down. Could mum end up crying, get beat, whatever? Could they get beat? Could they get shot? Whatever. Craziness. You understand me? Madness. But she does wrap it up with saying, I don't know if it's the loss of her great-grand. I think her mum, something happened with her mum, and she got a bit of, you know what I mean? She got a bit of a back. So she stood up to man, told him, fuck that, blood. Done with this. This is madness. Done with this. So one day they get called in. Alex and Ronnie get called in, which is quite hilarious. The dad had the nerve to say, who you want to live with, me or her type thing. And being the daddy's girl, she still had to quick think of it like, oh, I don't know, and that's sad, I don't want to do that. But we all know, wagwan, if you're going to go with the person who kisses and hugs you, or you're going to go with the person who disciplines you, the child is going to pick the person who shows love. Let's be honest. Maybe if you're old enough to understand discipline, even though the dad took it too far and was more doing it off reaction to being drunk and stuff. If he was sober and he was like that, discipline wise, only maybe a teen or someone just getting into their 20s would pick to go with dad, even though in your 20s you might have stepped out the yard already. But you know what I'm saying? A child is always going to go where they think the fun is, where they think the freedom is. You know what I'm saying? That's why children run to their grandparents' house. Well, mine do. They down there fly. You know what I mean? They down there fly. When it's time to go, they are ready to go. No qualms. You get me? And you might get a couple tears from the little one on the way home. You get me? Because you know, the rules set different. But I have to rate her, because just like I said about my pops, she ends it with, she didn't really even want to come out with the stuff about her dad because she don't want no one to judge him, no one to go at him. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who knows him today, judge him off what you know. Don't judge him off the past that we share and all them kind of talk there. You know what I'm saying? I respect her for that, because you don't want that. Otherwise, you can't express yourself. You can't tell people the stories, because once you tell them stories, they're going to start aiming it at the person, which is technically right to do at the same time. It's technically right to do. But it's not something that it's not a reason for her writing the book. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it to out you type shit. You know what I mean? And you got to respect that. That's what I'm saying. It's between her and her dad, her mum and her ex-man, and her brother and the dad. You know what I'm saying? Everyone got their relationships. It's between them. I don't know him. You don't know him. You know what I mean? And it's easier to say that because we know Alex. You know what I mean? We know Alex, so we're going to be on Alex's side. Anyone that you like and you find out someone did wrong to them, you get me, in your personal life, or someone you just see on screen and you like, you're going to be on the side of the person that you like. And until you find out all details and stuff, you can only go with the person that you like, innit? You're going to stick with them unless you get all the details, like it comes out, and then you can say what you want to say from there. You know what I'm saying? As I used to say, I didn't like how she spoke about her dad before, and it wasn't even literally me hearing her words. It would be like a poster or a caption, so I don't even know if she even said it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said about my own, is I can say what I want about him. She can say what she wants about her dad, but at the same time, don't use it to get everyone to go against him. I ain't got time for that. That means nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? There's no need. As she said in here, that's not what she's trying to do. Hope that he's good. Hope he's got better and all that good stuff. Just, you get me? But that was a deep chapter right there, man. That was a deep chapter. I've missed bits out, so you guys should really get this. This is just me reviewing, spitting it out as I've just read it. Yeah, man, so far it's a good book. You get me? The first chapter I kind of already knew bits and bobs. Second chapter, boom, already hit you. You know what I'm saying? So what's the next chapter gonna be? Strength in define expectations. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Also, PS, should have said this before, but it's involving her language thing. You know that she's got a lisp. My baby's got a lisp. And that she finds certain words hard to say. And now that I've read this, she explained sometimes where she speaks fast, right? She tries to get all the thoughts out. And when I was younger, my mum used to say this to me: calm down, like breathe. Because I used to like come home. It's so weird. Because it used to be, when I used to go to my dad's, especially my grand's, I'd find everyone over there speaks fast, right? And then I come back home, and it's a little slower. It's like, because my family, both my side of my family are from St. Lucia, so it's like I find, you know, like it's weird. You know, like Northern Ireland and Northern Ireland. It's Ireland, isn't it? But the accents are different. So it's not like the accents are different between my families. It's just the speed. I find my Williams side, they talk fast. You just talk fast and everyone hears it. But on the Monero side, it seems like we're more cool, chilled out with it. You gotta talk a little bit slower and calm down a little piece, you understand me? It's crazy. It's crazy because in the book, that's what she she talks about her lisp and not being able to say certain words, and when she's talking fast, if the word it just won't come out. So then she has to quickly switch it up to maybe get a whole different set of words, or just take it another path. But it has to be like that, and that's why it has to be so quick. You know what I'm saying? If you guys ever watch battle rap, yeah, one of the best to do it, if not the GOAT, Murder Mook. Yeah, watch him in an interview or anything other than him actually rapping. When he's rapping, this brother don't miss a word, a beat, nothing. Excellence. Yeah, excellence for time. 25-minute plus, don't stop. But when he's talking in an interview, you can see his brain is working 1,000 things for your one question. And he's got so many metaphors and so many similes, answers to cut. So he'll be like, yo, the reason why I can't, alright, look, it's this. If you could find, tell me this. No, tell me this. If you had a book, yeah? If you had a book and then you turned the page of, alright, I'll put it to you like this, yeah? If this cup was full, that's how he does it. And it's a way, I'm like, sometimes you're like, you haven't said anything yet, brother. You haven't got it out yet. And the interviewer will be like, yeah, man, I get it. You ain't said nothing. The interview's just kissing Batty. You know what I'm saying? But I find, now I understand where she's coming from, because sometimes you can see it when she's talking, and she's talking, and then she'll say something, and it'll freeze a little bit. But then she said she's told that to the people she's working with, like Bold and Dan. I can't remember his last name now. I think he left Football Focus. He was the Football Focus brother before. Dan, you know what I'm talking about. If you watch Football Focus, you know what I'm talking about. So when she tells people this, they now know. So as soon as they can see her, they jump in with something or add a little something, give her that few seconds so she can go, yeah, and that's what I'm saying about the simples. You get me? You gotta express yourself and you gotta tell people around you. That's why when you see stuff when it says, if you suffer from dyslexia or do you need help with this, say it. It ain't no thing but a chicken wing on a string. You understand me? And like she says in this chapter as well, you wouldn't believe that she had trouble speaking, you know what I'm saying? Has a lisp, you get me? And plus her accent, which shouldn't really count. So it's just lisp, and had a hard time learning to talk when she was little. And now look at her job after being a footballer, after using her body, and now she's using her words. She found her voice for real. You understand me? And I have to respect that, because anytime I hear finding your voice. What are you talking about? I always know, we're talking about finding your voice. Speak, innit? when you get the details, you understand. But that's the same thing I always try and say is, you can't come out with quick little liners and think, yeah, that's cool. You have to express what is. Otherwise, how's anyone going to know? Everyone's just going to treat you the same way. You know what I'm saying? If you have a hard time reading, you have to let it be known. Because if you don't let it be known, everyone's just going to assume you good out here. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's just going to assume you good out here. And here's another thing. So it's just come back to me. She was blessed again, because when she did start going to school after being a year behind, she went to school, and one of the teachers, her main teacher, her previous work was working with deaf children. So it was like a blessing. It was like meant to be for this chick. You know what I'm saying? It was like meant to be. Like you're gonna go. You know what I mean? And she even says she was like heaven sent. You know what I mean? There's a couple people I think of that in my life. Heaven sent. Like, what are you doing here? Like, if I didn't go over there, I would never have met you. And you're so, it's crazy. So you have to stick with the right people. One more message before I wrap this up, because I'm talking too much. One more. It's about her pups. She needed some football boots. Yeah? She needed some football boots. £20 Pumas. And you know, you're thinking, what? It's nothing. Yeah, back in the day, blood, that was money for football boots as well. So I don't know if it was her mum that told her to go and ask her dad, or someone told her to go ask her dad. So she went, she phoned. Got nervous because, you know, she's phoning her dad. Oh, this is after he's left. And he's like, alright, I'll phone you back. I'll phone you back in a bit and I'll let you know. I'll phone you back in a bit. Cool. He phones back and then he says no. Him and his new girlfriend had a discussion and they think girls shouldn't be playing football. So they don't think that that's a good place to be putting the money. So the answer is no. Right? What's her answer? What's her answer? Okay, dad. Thank you, dad. Goodbye, dad. Love you. Done. Zip. Now, just a quick interject into that. I always believed, right, that my mum was trying to teach me a lesson that I learned from early. Yeah? Ask your dad. Ask him. Then you can see it's not your mum not giving it to you. It's not your mum trying to block anything. You go ask your dad. You go ask him. I don't want to ask him because I know what the answer is going to be. It's either going to be no, or it's going to be yes and there'll be no show. That's the answers. You know what I mean? Or he might show, but he's going to show up in the braggadocious way. My father, he's going to show up in the braggadocious way. He's going to show up during playtime or lunchtime at primary school. He's going to roll up. You get me? He's going to roll up in the Beamer, which, by the way, she hates Beamers because that was her dad's favourite car. I love Beamers because that was my granddad's car. And get me, my dad didn't drive Beamers. He drove a lot of stuff. He might have had one Beamer, but he drove cars. He didn't really have a favourite. My granddad was a BMW smooth pimping driver. And I'm saying only when he got older, he hit a Vauxhall and an Audi because he said their engines were better. You know what I'm saying? Especially the Audi. He was very happy with his Audi. But, the Beamer life. Anyhow, I forget where the fuck I was going. Fuck. Forgot where I was going with it. It's because the Beamer thing. Her dad liked Beamers. Where was I going with it? Her dad liked Beamers. She don't like no more Beamers. My dad would show up with Beamers. Oh yes, my dad would be braggadocious and show up. Lunchtime, playtime, whatever, roll up to give dough. You get me? He'd roll up to the gate, do his thing, ask one of the kids. They'll come running up to me because I'll be in the back playground. You get me? And hang out in the front. I'm in the back playground. Oh, your dad's here. I'm like, what? Go out there. And I get to be big pimping. It's rather, I'm in the middle of something, so hand through the gate. Yeah, dad, thank you. And he'll give me like £20. What? Rich! Watch when I leave this school, blood. Everything turn up. Or, if I'm not doing anything, I was just back there fighting around, I'd come out to school. You know what I mean? Because my dad's here. No one can tell me nothing. Come out to school. Moved in a lady. Say something. You know what I mean? Get a little change, little tutu chat. Bounce. You know what I mean? Little £20, £30. Jesus Christ, that felt like big dough back then than it was for a child. Primary school getting £30. Like, what? You know what I mean? God damn it. School lunch was £5 for the week. You know what I mean? So getting handed £30 or £25, something. Nice. Yeah, man. Anyhow, that is that, guys. I'm gonna wrap this up. Interesting read though, man. She's got me hooked already. So we're gonna be on to the third. Like I said, strength in defined expectations. All right, we're gonna do that. So don't forget, guys, I beg you, please make sure you subscribe.
What's up, people? Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.
Go on.
Shout out to my Gooner babies. Make sure you subscribe.
Gooners all day, you know that it won't change. So stay tuned in, cause the party's never over. Get it hype, this is Gooner on the sofa.